Most men do not fail because they are weak. They fail because they are blind. Not blind in the obvious sense. They are blind in a deeper, more dangerous way. They do not see power while it is shaping them. They only notice it after they have already lost something or it has cost them something. By the time pain arrives, power has already done its work. This is the first problem sovereign man intelligence exists to solve. Power does not usually announce itself. It does not arrive wearing uniform or issuing commands. It arrives quietly through comfort, approval, guilt, affection, protection, and moral framing. And because most men are trained to associate power with force, authority, and aggression, they completely miss the forms of power that operates through softness. This blindness is not accidental, it is trained. It is indoctrinated. From early childhood, boys are conditioned to respond to emotional signals long before they are taught to understand authority, influence, or leverage. Approval is rewarded. Disapproval is punished. Safety is framed as obedience, and love is made conditional. A boy learns at a very early age that displeasing authority figures creates discomfort, withdrawal, or emotional tension. Over time, he internalizes a system that gives them a simple lesson, and that is harmony matters more than clarity. This lesson stays with him into adulthood. As a man, he avoids conflict not because he is peaceful, but because his nervous system associates disagreement with emotional threat. He confuses calm with compliance. He mistakes kindness for trustworthiness. He assumes that care and protection are incompatible with control. They are not. Power operates wherever behavior is shaped without force. If someone can influence your decision without issuing command, they hold power over you. If someone can make you feel guilty for asserting boundaries, they hold power over you. If someone can withdraw affection, approval, intimacy, or peace and cause you to change behavior, they hold power over you. Yet most men do not call this power. They call it love. They call it care. They call it morality. They call it being a good man. And this is why they don't see power until it hurts them. Pain is the moment perception returns. A man realizes power exists only after he sacrifices his direction, he has compromised his instincts, he has lost authority in his own life, he feels drained, confused, resentful, or diminished. At that point, he says something is wrong. But the system had already been working on him for years, and the danger is not power itself. Power is neutral. The danger is unconscious submission. Men are not trained to recognize soft power. They are trained to respect hard power and dismiss everything else as harmless. This makes them vulnerable to influence systems that do not look like domination but function exactly like it. Emotional framing is one of the most effective forms of control. When a situation is framed morally, disagreement becomes cruelty. When behavior is framed as care, resistance becomes selfishness. When influence is framed as protection, boundaries feel like betrayal. This is not manipulation in the cartoon sense. This is behavioral engineering. And it works best on men who pride themselves on being reasonable, calm, and good-hearted. The more a man wants to be seen as a good person, the easier he is to guide. This is the uncomfortable truth most men have never been taught. Power does not need to overpower you. It only needs to shape your reactions. The nervous system plays a central role here. A man whose nervous system is conditioned to avoid emotional disruption will unconsciously surrender ground to maintain peace. He will trade clarity for harmony. He will sacrifice boundaries to avoid tension. Over time, this erodes self-trust. He stops listening to instinct. He doubts his perception. He becomes internally referenced. When things finally collapse, he feels betrayed. But what really happened is simpler and more painful. He never learned how to see. This channel is here to teach men to dominate. It is here to teach men to perceive. Perception comes before power. Until you recognize influence, you cannot engage in cleanly. Until you name leverage, you cannot respond with maturity. Until you can see emotional authority, you will keep mistaking it for love. This episode is not an accusation, it's an invitation. An invitation to stop being confused by invincible systems. An invitation to rebuild clarity without bitterness. An invitation to understand power without hating it. Because the goal is not to escape power, the goal is to meet it consciously. When men learn to see power early, they stop learning through pain. And that is where sovereignty begins.